Hello everyone, today I'm here to do a speech about a significant person of our generation, and I'm gathered here today with my dad, my girlfriend Michelle, my grandma, and my grandpa. Like I said, today's speech is to pay a tribute to an artist, and I chose XXXTentacion, also known as X. And X was not only a famous artist, but he had a great influence on the younger ages of our generation. This is a speech to pay tribute to one of the greatest artists of my teen and adult years, and to an artist that spoke not to only me, but to a bunch of people through his music. He had a very positive impact on his fan base and the people who listen to his songs. And to preview my main points, X was a significant artist in our generation because he helped people through depression. He was a great artist who had a huge fan base, and he did good things with the amount of influence he had on our generation. And now that you have a vague perspective on X, it is time to move on to his significance in detail. His significance starts with his being able to help people get through depression. Some of X's music is made to relate to people with current depression and such because it makes them feel like they're not alone and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And for example, EverydayPower.com made a list of quotes spoken by X in his music. One of them saying, "Follow your dreams and know that even though you have lost, you have guardian angels watching over you day in and day out." YourEDM.com posted the words spoke by X in a speech that he made on Instagram Live. The artist said, "I at least want to know that the kids perceive my message and were able to take something of themselves, to see my message and use it and turn it into something positive. If I'm going to die or such, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy." And then moving on to the next significance of X. X was also a great artist with a huge fan base. eOnline.com states that XXXTentacion has a whopping 10 Billboard Music Awards at the upcoming 2019 ceremony, and he has never been more popular. Also stating that he had songs that go platinum and also songs that went double platinum, which goes to show that he is a very popular artist. RollingStone.com states that the rapper who died at age 20 leaves behind a whirlwind of controversy, but also a huge musical footprint. And they also describe X as a zeitgeist grabbing, industry defying, boundary destroying phenomenon. And now with his success being stated, what did he do with all of his influence at ages 17 till his death at age 20? He did good things with the amount of influence he had on our generation. He left a positive impact on many people during his short-lived fame. He changed the way music is today and had a very analytical way to look at how the world is, especially at such a young age. QuoteCatalog.com shares a quote that was said by X that I see as a very mature and life-altering way for such a young person to see things, especially a person being an artist with the influential things that involve being an artist, such as money and like power and influence. He said, "I advise you to not hide your feelings. Don't pretend to be okay when you're not okay. Don't pretend to be happy when you're sad. It'll only lead to your misery." And all of these are reasons why I chose X as a person to pay tribute to. And to summarize my speech, X being such a famous artist, and that being that he spoke to people, and his doing good with the influence he was given, and basically like kind of being chosen to be someone to influence a great deal of people, is why I see him as someone to look up to, especially being at such a young age, which is someone that is like really hard for someone to do at such a young age, and with so much like pressure and so many things as such. And overall, all of this is why I'm so interested in what he could have done if he was not shot at the age of 20, because being at such a young age, like I said, being able to do all that at age 17, there's no telling what he could have done like later on, like being 23 or 24. He just started his music career, and he literally just started like making music and stuff, and he was already changing the lives of millions, and he was already top on the billboards and everything. And he was only famous for 3 years, and he already has a huge impact on a bunch of people, and this is why I see him as someone to influence, and basically why I chose him as to pay a tribute to for my speech. Now that you know all this information about X, are there any questions?
Yes. Where did he grow up?
He's from Florida, and he grew up in Florida with only his mom, who ended up giving him away to his aunt, and he blew up when he was in jail, and he met another famous artist. His name is Ski Mask, and they made music together right after they got out of prison, and they started on SoundCloud, and that's how they blew up and became popular. Next question.
How did he die? I think you said he was killed, but you didn't say how.
He was shot at the age of 20 in his BMW, leaving. He was buying a motorcycle, and he had a bunch of cash on him, and he was at the ATM taking out his money or depositing it. I don't know which one. And right after he left the ATM is when he was shot. Are there any other questions?
What do the tattoos on his face mean?
Well, the tattoo under his eye says numb, because that's kind of like his thing, like numb to pain and like being numb to like emotions and all this stuff, because he's been through so much at such a young age. And I'm assuming that the 17 is because that was the age that he blew up, and that was like kind of like his number, the 17. Does that mean anything?